The world was calm, too calm. All eyes were on the king, Mufasa, standing atop Pride Rock, his voice shaking the sky, and all the lions respected his majesty. But there was another pair of eyes, always silent, watching from afar. Not Scar's eyes, Sarabi's eyes. She was always standing beside him, his wife, the queen, the mother. But the real question is, did she see the evil growing in her husband's brother's heart? And did she stay silent? Why? Out of all the characters who lived close to Scar, Sarabi knew him best. She saw him as a cub, jealous of his brother, dreaming of being king. Did she notice the hatred in his eyes? Or did she believe it was just envy that would pass? When Scar started talking more about justice, about opportunity, about inheritance, was that the danger sign? Or did Sarabi see what was coming and still said nothing? Maybe she knew, but couldn't believe Scar would go as far as killing. Maybe she kept telling herself, Scar will change. He's Mufasa's brother. He could never lay a hand on him. But what happened was bigger than any hesitation. When Simba fell into the trap and Mufasa died, everyone's heart was shattered. But Sarabi's expression, it held something more than shock. It looked like guilt. Not the guilt of loss, the guilt of silence. She stayed silent, didn't say that Scar had been talking too much, asking strange questions. She didn't say she once heard him whisper something about power, about how he deserved it. Did Scar tell her, hint to her? Did he choose her to be the silent witness? Or did she choose silence to protect the rest of the kingdom? Simba was just a child, broken, lost in the jungle, and Scar declared himself king, and from that moment, the land died. Sarabi saw it all, and knew something was wrong. But she didn't act, she didn't speak, she didn't confront Scar in front of everyone. She stayed silent. Some might say she was afraid. Others might say she was protecting her son. But there's a more dangerous possibility, that she loved Scar before Mufasa. Yes, the first love. There are subtle hints in their body language, in the way she spoke to him, even when defying his orders. Not fear, but pain. Could she have chosen silence because her heart still held an old place for Scar? Could she have believed he was just misunderstood until it was too late? What hurts more is that she didn't speak the truth even when Simba returned. She didn't warn him that Scar was deceiving him. She didn't say, I knew, and I stayed silent. All she said was, I'm proud of you, my son. But the real question is she proud? Or is she just trying to fix the old mistake that lived inside her chest for years? Years passed. The land turned green again, and Pride Rock breathed once more. But in the corners of the cave, in the places where Sarabi once stayed silent, the memory lingered. Simba became king. His voice echoed Mufasa's, his steps heavy with wisdom and experience. But when he looked into his mother's eyes, did he see something else? Did he ever ask himself, why didn't she tell me? Why, when I was just a scared cub lost in the jungle, didn't she cry out and say, Scar was behind it? Why did she wait? Maybe he felt it. Maybe he didn't want to ask. Or maybe he already knew. One day, as he stood beside her, asking about the past, she told him, there are things we'd rather not remember, so we don't repeat the mistake. But he understood. At the moment Simba returned, when Scar was about to throw him from the top of the rock, Sarabi didn't say no. She didn't scream, didn't threaten. She just looked. One look. As if she saw the end before it happened. As if she was ready to pay the price. For a silence that lasted for years. Was she certain Simba would win? Or was she ready to die? Just to feel she had closed the circle that once opened before her. People say Scar died a villain. But the truth is, there's a chance he wasn't the only villain in the story. When you stay silent in the face of danger, when you choose to protect your feelings instead of those you love, then you become part of the crime, even if your hands did nothing. Sarabi, the queen who symbolized calm and silent strength, might be the one character in the entire story carrying a guilt no one else knows. And every time Simba laughs or tells his children stories of the past, every time the sun rises over the Pride Lands, one question remains, with no clear answer. Did Sarabi know Scar's plan and stay silent? Or are we the ones who just can't believe that silence might be more dangerous than betrayal itself?